Your friends are scrolling through short content, but you, my friend, you're here to learn. Welcome to TRS Clips. What was it like winning your first Olympia?
Oh, it was the most amazing thing that will ever happen to me.
Did your heart cry?
Oh yeah, I blacked out for about I want to say 10, 15 minutes almost. I think went back and looked at the tape, and so much happened when I was when I fell on that floor. Consciously, I was awake, but unconsciously, I really wasn't. So it was just one of those overwhelming feelings of excitement that kind of like put you unconsciously conscious.
No, I hear you. But when you regained consciousness, what was
Yeah.
the first thought in your head?
Oh, the first thought in my head was, this is not happening to me because I never got into the sport to win the Olympia. I got into it just for a free membership to the gym.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I won the highest title because, when I was coming up, they really didn't look at me much. I got overlooked a lot, a whole lot.
Why do you think that is?
Because a lot of times the guys when they turn pro, they have a lot of fanfare. They turn pro in the U.S. and the organization, the NPC, pretty much widely I know them already. With me, I didn't have that fanfare. I turned pro like in a year. Most guys it take about 5 years, and they build their popularity up. I didn't get a chance to do that, and plus, I didn't turn pro in the U.S. I turned pro in Poland, in another country. So I had no fanfare. They didn't know who I was or where I came from or nothing. And when it's like that, it's like you're not known to the industry, so they don't really call you out. They calling out the guys that are well known and that has been built that fanfare up.
Yeah. Loneliest phase of your life?
Oh, I don't really say I've had a pretty lonely phase because me and the family, they've been with me everywhere I've gone. I remember when I graduated college, they came. I was from Louisiana and I lived in Louisiana my whole life. But when I graduated college and I moved to Texas, once I got established, my whole family came there, and we're still there. So I hadn't had too much loneliness in my life because I've always had my family real close by me, and we've always been real close knit. So it's been a wonderful experience my whole entire life.
One of the, like while people have a lot of thoughts about the world of bodybuilding, there's positive thoughts and some negative thoughts. One of the negative thoughts is, bodybuilding is a lonely sport. But if someone meets you, you know, you wouldn't feel so. Because one of the other negative stereotypes is that bodybuilders are sad people, but you're such a happy guy.
Oh no, I'm totally opposite. Uh, like I said, my whole family has been behind me. My first contest, my whole family came to it. My mom, my brother, sister, everybody. And it was like that, for a long time. I would even compete in other countries, and they would come to other countries to watch
Wow.
me compete. And of course, when I won the Olympia, they were always there. And when I competed in the Olympia, they were always there. And when I won, they were, there. So my whole family, we've been pretty close this whole entire trip. This whole career that I've had. My whole family has been there. Even when I was winning all the Olympias, my family was there helping me with fan mail. It was helping me with my food. My mom cooked all my food.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, my
Throughout
brother.
your career?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So those 6 meals you had a day were actually cooked by mama?
Yeah, exactly. And my brother, he would help me with stuff, car stuff or whatever I needed help with. My sister would help, clean the house and wash my clothes and everything. So
Damn.
everybody pretty much in the family had a job, and they all helped out. The whole career.
So that's how you win 8 times?
Yeah, eight in a row, 98 to '05.
Wow.
Every last one of those were hard. It was like after I won one, I get maybe a day or two to enjoy it, and then it's right back trying to get ready for the next one. So I'm just now, kind of like getting the thrill of the enjoyment of winning because I don't have to get ready no more. I can sit back, relax, and soak it all in, and do stuff like this, and explain to people how hard it was to actually win those, because there was some real dark times, real dark days. Now, if you want to talk about loneliness, try being, maybe I was kind of alone when I was getting ready because I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go out to eat. I couldn't go to dinner, which is out to eat. I couldn't go to movies. I couldn't go to parties. Couldn't go to weddings. I couldn't go anywhere. And I couldn't do anything either. I couldn't go like the amusement parks, couldn't go just hang out, couldn't just hang out with friends and stuff.
Everything was about bodybuilding.
Yeah, everything was for bodybuilding,
Okay.
So yeah, those are some pretty dark days.
This is basically throughout those 8 years, and
Yeah,
even before and even
exactly.
after a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So-
Now after it was over with, no, it was it was time to relax. But, I'm saying after my career though, not after I won one, because like I said, after I won one, it was time to get ready for the next one, because this is a 24, 365 day job pretty much for the most part, because you can't really slip up,
Yeah.
because you got guys out there trying to take your title. They want it just as bad as you do, because they are working just as hard as you are. So you gotta stay committed.
So what's the edge? Why did you win so many times?
Because I stayed committed, and I trained even harder. After I won, I can remember sometimes, when they were trying to take it away from me and trying to change up the sport, and I would go and like really train extremely hard. I go to the gym with an attitude,
So-
saying, stuff like if they want to go to war, I'll take them to war, and they ain't gonna take this away from me. I do stuff that I know other bodybuilders won't do.
Yeah. So
Like squat 800 pounds, deadlift 800 pounds, leg press 2,300 pounds, bench press 500 for reps, all that kind of stuff.
So, I mean, it's a bit of a direct question, but do you think that because your volume of training was more than the other guys, that's what your technical edge was? But then there's also this attitude edge that you're talking about, the
Oh yeah,
commitment.
I know for a fact that was my tactical edge was. 'Cause like I said, I was doing stuff that other bodybuilders wouldn't do.
Which is heavy
And
lifting.
probably couldn't do either, because I was so determined, so focused, so motivated, so dedicated, and I'd always persevere through just about anything, any kind of obstacle that's kind of like stood in my way. And my faith was always real strong too. So I had just about everything at my disposal that I really needed to, go out there and win 8 Mr. Olympias in a row.
I'm also sure that there was an element of visualization, this whole mind muscle connection, But
Oh
I just
yeah.
feel some guys have it more to have a cleaner mind muscle connection.
Oh
And
yeah.
as I hear you talk, as I was researching for this podcast, I realized how much mentality is a part of who Ronnie Coleman is.
Oh yeah.
Fair to say that that was another edge?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That when you were lifting weights, you were just with the weights and with your own body.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Most of the time, I had already done it before I did it. Because it's a visual uh, thing to actually go in there and do it before it's already done. I can still remember that when I was going to squat 800, about 2 weeks leading up to it, I pictured pictured it in my mind how I was going to do it, how it was going to go. And, I'd never, ever done that before in my life. And so I just because I had already done it, deadlifting. And I know that anything I can pretty much deadlift, I can pretty much squat because I've been powerlifting for a long time, and powerlifting is deadlift, squat, and bench. And my deadlift and my squat was always pretty much the same. If I could deadlift 500, I could squat 500. If I can deadlift 700, I can squat 700. So when it came time for me to actually get up under that bar, I had already done it probably a million times in my mind, in my head, and nothing wasn't going to stop it. And that's probably why I did two, because, in my mind, I was going to do two, even though I had, like at least 6 or 7 that I could have went on and done. But that's one of my biggest regrets, that, I had already pictured myself doing two, and that was it. If I'd have maybe pictured myself doing more than that, I probably would have done it, because it was like, I know my strength, and the first rep was real light, and it was like 800 felt like 100, to me. It wasn't like 800 feels like 800, but when I deadlifted it, 800, it felt like 800. It was heavy, but I had the strength to pull it up, because I've been doing it for so long. People don't understand how long it took me to get to that 800, I think I started powerlifting when I was 14, 15 years old, doing deadlifts and stuff. And I didn't do that 800 till I was almost 38
Wow.
years old. And it took me that long to get to that, because I couldn't have done it before then, because I had been trying to deadlift. I remember when I first tried 750, and it was like 5 years before I got to 800. And now, man, I wanted 750 so bad. I tried everything in me to pull that up off the floor, and it just wouldn't come past my knees. I got it up to here. I couldn't knock it out like you're supposed to do for it to be official. And I remember that day like it was yesterday,
So correct me if I'm wrong. I personally feel because you lifted heavy and you had that base of powerlifting,
Oh, yeah.
you were able to pump out a lot more volume, which helped your bodybuilding journey. But also you had an athletic background. Like you
Exactly.
were training to become a footballer. I'm sure that helped you a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
At least, for the powerlifting, which then helped you for the bodybuilding.
Exactly, for sure.
Would you say that modern day bodybuilders need to lift heavier? Because currently the narrative, it's different for different people because everyone's bodies are different.
Exactly.
But the narrative is about lighter weights and more reps.
Exactly.
But do you think that the way you went was the more effective way to gain size?
Exactly, for sure. Size, definition, and thickness. Because when the muscle is very thick, it looks bigger than what it is, than a muscle just sitting there, When you add thickness to it, it is that much bigger, because
That's sexy density.
yeah, it is that much bigger because there's so much thickness into it now.
Yeah. That's what stood out about you. That's how we all remember Ronnie Coleman.
Exactly.
Even with the modern day bodybuilders, you'll always have these gym conversations where someone brings up your name and says that no one's like Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, because nobody lifted like I did to get that, thick muscle that I had. But remember how good it was back then, and now I'm like, can't believe I had that.
How did it feel when you were at your biggest? I'm assuming at your 8th Olympia, you were at your biggest.
Yeah, like I was saying, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even consider it. And now that it's all over with, I go back and I look at all those pictures. I'm like, wow, I did that.
But you didn't feel like a war machine or anything?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did feel invincible because I remember, when I was deadlifting 800 and squatting 800. I'm like, oh man, ain't nothing I can't do. That's when I got to that 2,300 pound leg press. It was like, this ain't nothing for me.
Yeah. Oh.
There ain't nothing I can't do. That's why I got it for like 9 reps, instead of like 1 or 2 or 3. I ain't gonna have no regrets on this one.
Before you went up on stage for a competition, say for an Olympia,
yeah.
what was the energy with the other guys like?
I really didn't pay too much attention to other guys when I was out there. I had a connection pretty much within myself and maybe with the audience, because I'm up there trying to entertain and trying to enjoy myself at the same time, So, you're trying to put on a good show and you're trying to have fun at the same time. So your mind is focused on that, and you're so focused on it that you don't think about nothing else but that. So the whole time, I'm up on stage, I'm thinking to myself, I got a routine I got to remember, first of all. And then I'm like, okay, got to have fun with this. And, I got to entertain the crowd too while I'm at it. So you're thinking about so many things other than, the competitors.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this playlist for more videos just like this. It's TRS Clips.